Yes, thank you so much. It is Faridah Nabaggala, a Ugandan who is making us proud. She has just been awarded the King's Award of Merit. That is Kongen's fortjenstmedalje. Yes. Speaking about charity, voluntary work, you're certainly aware of the saying, "Nti abantu tebasiima." People always expect or feel entitled to appreciation for what they've given out. 25 years of voluntary work, you've certainly given out so much free services. Those who believe and are taken down when they don't feel appreciated, a word to them.
Well, I would say whatever you do, try not to do it because of you are looking for appreciation or you're looking to be praised. That thing has to come from your heart. According to me, and all these 25 years or 6 years I've been doing this, I was doing this because of I wanted to. I was not looking to be praised. I was not looking to be, people come and kneel for me and thank me for whatever they are doing. I was not looking for anything. All I wanted to do was to do the right thing. As we humans are born with a brain, and our brains have ways of choosing good and bad. Show off, or you're doing it voluntarily. If you're doing a voluntary job, you are contributing to the society. You might be thinking about it now, or maybe you'll not be thinking about it then, but at the end of the day, you are building up a society where your children and probably your grandchildren will benefit from that. And that's volunteer work. Volunteer work is not about waiting to be praised or some people to come and thank you for what you're doing. You have to do it because of you'd like to see your society, the people you're living with, but also those who among nations in a new foreign country, but also our countries, so that we feel and we promote each other to help each other. As some of us have been fortunate enough to have good values, to have possibilities of doing things, but doesn't stop you. Even if I have my kabalagala, I would share it with you because I would not like you to go hungry. If I had a kilo of kabalagala, I would share that with you because I know when I share it with you, my tummy, one way or the other, will be filled. I know someone is not hungry because of my selfishness. And that's the biggest problem in our countries, where everyone is thinking, okay, I have to think about myself because this is the best thing I can do. That's wrong. We can do much more. We need to begin helping each other, develop each other, carry each other's backs. Where I can't, probably you can help me. Where if you see me go wrong ways, please guide me. Tell me that I'm doing something wrong in a good way so that I can correct myself. You see, we are so afraid to, jump into people's lives, whether you're helping or you're just advising, and you let people take wrong ways, and you just, sit down there as a passive observer, and that's wrong.
Thank you so much. Still in the article that was written about you, you highlighted that Yoko, someone out there would need to hear that.
Yeah, unfortunately, people who are disabled, but also in our country, Uganda, but also other countries, both in Africa, Middle East, South America, all Asia, full of these taboos. See, people look at them and they're like they are bewitched. The genes took over them. They are punishment from God, and you name it. And they are being discriminated, hated, and beaten, and all the kind of hatred is up to them, and it's being forwarded to them, which we, as humans, if we think about human race, from the time we were born, disabled people have been present. They did not just drop in yesterday or 20 or 30 years ago. We have lived with them. But again, when it comes to these thinkings and thoughts of discriminating them, we have done a great job because taboos are very difficult things to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
Usually everybody knows about them and nobody wants to talk about it. So they continue in that way. So what I did already in 2018, because many parents came in here and they said, we are struggling We would like to go to the mosque, to the church, to other places, but we are unwanted. When I go with my son, we are being chased away. They beat my son. They don't want him or her to join the group, and this is not okay.
Not at all.
No, it's not okay. So we decided to, bring together these religious leaders, scientists, and of course politicians to sign this declaration that disability is not a divine punishment. I believe all mothers and fathers out there, you have been blessed. You have been chosen by God, because God saw you were very special parents who were able to take care of special children. So feel proud and never let anybody let you down or even bring you down, not you or not your son. We should open up our hearts. Disabled people are our own making. The disabled don't see themselves as disabled, but it's we who are not disabled who are making them more disabled. So we should open up our hearts, open up our minds, and we must see as the way probably Faridah sees this whole thing, that I see people and I believe they are blessed. And I believe we are being tested all the time.
Yeah, sure.
God has brought them as a test. Are we able to pass that test? And the day you meet your God, what are you going to tell him? He said, I brought you a test through a lame man. I brought you a test from that old woman who could not walk. And you looked at her and you laughed and you walked on. I was in that woman's picture. I was in that disabled boy you abused and kicked on the street. Well, I believe, I don't want to meet my Lord tomorrow, because as a believer, I believe we are passing through this life. There is a better life on the other side. So I don't want to be one of those who are going to be disappointed because I can't speak for what I did in this life right. So if I can't do anything right, I told myself I'll do this. And probably I will get some witnesses to help me.
I can feel the charisma in your voice. And we once hosted someone who, with of course due respect, who categorized a Muslim lady living in Norway as a triple minority. That of course being an immigrant, that makes you a minority, being a Muslim, that's a minority, and being of course a lady makes you a minority. So, but I love the energy I feel in your voice, how you stood up and made things happen. You having given birth to a child who needs special attention. We all know that many of us feel so entitled to services, entitled to attention. Speaking to a Mugisha out there who probably has a similar child and feels entitled to being seen, to being given special attention, but you chose to stand up. A word of encouragement to someone in that category.
Dear Mugisha or Nareso or Henry out there or Adam or Ali, I'll tell you one thing.
A word to a Ugandan, an immigrant out there. People believe that some businesses don't even survive their second birthday. Here we're talking of 25 years. How have you maneuvered through?
Well, first of all, I'm a woman who loves to follow a course, and once I take a course, I will not leave the main road. So I continue following that main road until I get there. And of course, it takes patience, determination, and honesty. As long as you're honest and you're doing the right thing, you have nothing to be afraid of. You know that God will bring you help any way possible. And that help might be in a picture of maybe we'll place into money, but also it can be part of, help comes in different ways, through humans, through resources and everything. And I was not looking at money. I have never looked at money. I have always been thinking that the help that would drop into here, whether it came in through a child who came and gave me a hug, that would give me strength too. And if it came a mother and she told me she had got a better life because of me, that also would make me a happy woman. And that's the way life goes in my way of living. Because I don't look at money as a resource. I know money is something that comes and goes. But have you been honest? Have you been doing the right thing all the time? Now that nobody can take from you.
Okay. So actually, when you say honest, doing something consistently, this to me loops again in one of the speeches that has been given by your employee, who said that you have been single-faced all the way through. Something very fascinating that she prepared her speech, and all she could say about you is you being one-faced. I mean, how does this loop into your success? Because some people believe that someone should have faces matching situations, but you're just one-faced.
Well, I believe we are born with one face, but later in life we decide to take on different faces during different phases of lives. I believe I should keep my face. I always like to be honest with myself and honest with everyone who comes around me, and give you the respect that you deserve, no matter who you are or wherever you come from. This, I believe, all humans, they deserve this. That's their right. So I know that if only me and only I can be able to promote myself and the good values that I stand by and stand with and promote, if one day I change my face, those values will go to waste. So I believe that no matter how people look at me, I will always be myself, because that's the best version of me. And I don't want anybody to know anything different from what they know. Whether you met me in 1980, and if you come meet me today, I want you to see the same Faridah you met that.
Wow, you're certainly speaking to a Mugisha out there who wanted to fit into the Norwegian culture, and named himself Olsen, basically to fit in. But I love it that you believe in consistency and being you and selling out that in you. There was an article that was written about you where I quoted a very fascinating statement. It's Norwegian, but I'll paraphrase, make a very quick translation. Challenges are not the problem. It is just an opportunity to find a solution. You must develop a thick skin, not to be a victim. Yeah, just to paraphrase. This, to me, caught a lot of attention, because we come here, start from zero.
Exactly.
We have to learn the language. You've lost all degrees and masters, and yeah. And some people, it's a justification that we are Ghana, or we are Ghana. A word of encouragement to someone in that bracket.
I would say you never give up. Don't underestimate yourself. You can do better than what you think is possible. All you have to do is believe. Where there is will, there is power.